So I'm back. I had to regroup, and I wanted to show you how I organize my seeds to sort of prepare for the growing season. I have a little bit of like a grow light set up in my basement, so I do start quite a few seeds indoors, and then I move them out to the greenhouse, and then I move them out to the ground. And I try and do as many seedlings as I can, because I really try and mulch a lot. I do use black woven poly as sort of like a ground cover. And when you have seedlings, they just do so much better against the weeds. So what I like to do is I like to organize them by what am I going to direct seed into the ground and when. Because some things, like say for instance, corn, you only sow when the ground is warm. Other things you can sow when it's actually cool out, like peas. I was just reading, oh yeah, these Vates collards. It says sow late winter. So, I mean, I think that depends on where you live, but I'll be looking that up. And same with this Napa. Anyway, so, and I'm trying to remember, but there are some people that had posted about certain seeds that you can actually plant before the last frost because they have such long germination. So I'm going to look that up too. But anyway, so here I am. And what I've done is usually I sow a lot of seeds or start seedlings in seed trays in March. March 1st is like my go-to date. But I know that that isn't necessarily true for all plants and all seeds. So for instance, I have grouped together my peppers, and a lot of peppers need more time, and they probably need even more time because I'm in zone 5B. So for instance, this is the orange spice jalapeno. It says to start indoors in bright light 8 to 12 weeks before the last frost date. So our last frost date, we always just go by May long weekend. And then working backwards, so 12 weeks would be 3 months, May, April, March. I mean, that still brings me to March 1st. I'm starting them in January. That's the story. I'm starting them in January. So with a touch of experience, a little bit of guts, and, you know, just because I'm crazy. Some things I'm starting in January, but not all things. Like for instance, I really do want to start some of my tomatoes in January, but not all of them, because I do know that there are some things that if you start them too early, you can have problems. Maybe you don't have enough space under your grow lights and I can't put them out in the greenhouse right away. Or sometimes if you have like these big bushy seedlings under your grow lights and you don't have enough air circulation, you can get different diseases and funguses. So you really do need to be careful, but I am going to give it a go on a few varieties. So here's what I'm going to do. I am going to decide which ones I'm starting and when, which ones I'm starting in January. And I am going to mark on this. I'll just grab my pen. January, so I'll just do like a little Jan, and I'll write indoors or something like that. So this for me is what I need to start in a seed tray in January. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a pile of my seeds, of the ones that I am going to start indoors in January. And then I am going to put these in a baggie together. If I need to write any other notes on any of the seeds, like save some seeds, start March 1st, so that I have like 2 plantings of a certain variety, I might do that. So I just want to show you how I've kind of grouped things. So that's my January indoors pile. So this is my peppers and tomatoes, and I will be doing some staggered plantings on my tomatoes. Other things, squash. Oh my God, I have started squash indoors early. I think I did March 1st, but really squash does not need that much time. What's like the norm? 6 weeks or something? anyway, you can really direct seed, and a lot of people don't even start. Yeah, direct seed, or set out transplants. Anyway, but don't start them too early because they grow, and then you can kind of screw up their growth. You can stunt their growth by having them in seed trays too long. They can get root bound if you don't plant them up, and I have seen how it does affect plants. So seeds started at the correct time and kept healthy and not root bound will do well. So squash, I won't start before 4 weeks before frost date. So I'll write that. And not all of them. Some I am going to direct seed. Although another thing is that birds... Just cut that little part out. Okay. So anyway, squash is now in a pile indoors May 1st. So I'm going to go through all my seeds and I'm basically going to group them. I'm going to indicate if I'm starting them indoors, out, or direct seeding, and when I'm direct seeding, because as I said, some I'll start earlier when it's actually before the last frost date, and some I'll wait till after the last frost date. So that's how I go through my seeds. And then there are some that are kind of new to me that I do need to look up, and these are like some of these flower seeds. And what I wanted to mention is that the website, and I mean what I do, the websites of the seed companies actually usually have more information than what's on the pack about the seed varieties, which I find it really helpful. So those are always really good to check out, especially like the Baker Creek. And then so I'll just keep going. So my peas and beans, I'm going to direct seed. I'm also going to direct seed my turnips and my radishes, my beets and my carrots. I have started beets in trays, but I'm just not going to. Corn, I have also started in trays, but I'm not going to. But that will have a different, I'm going to wait till it's warmer to direct seed. Oh, it's such a short season. I'm tempted to start it, but anyway. Basil, I will start indoors. And so I'll write whatever date that is. I group this all together. Okay, so that's the basic. I'll go through all the, the major groups. But now there's something else that I need to kind of research, and that's my super awesome seeds that I got from my friend Josh in the mail. And these are perennials. Well, not all of them, but I think quite a few of them are, like the, I'm saying it wrong. Asclepias, incarnatas. So those are the milkweeds. So these are perennials. So I'm probably going to start these in January too. Might call my friend and ask, because he is all about starting seeds. And I know that there's a bit of a stratification process, he was telling me, for starting some perennial seeds. And that is like basically when you are teaching them that it's winter before you actually start your seeds in, so it's like, so that they know it's spring even though you're actually starting them in winter. So yeah, I'll have to talk to him about that. I know that you like put them in sand in the fridge. No, freezer. I don't know, I gotta call him. Anyway, so that is something else I'll have to research. So that's about it. I'll group all my seeds. I'll research when certain ones need to be started in which month, and then I'm going to plant them accordingly. And the other thing to keep in mind is to do, if you're going to do multiple successions of seeds. So for instance, broccoli and cauliflower, quite a few people like to do a couple successions. So that means, you'll have some ready at a certain point and others ready, say 2 weeks later. And that's just so that you don't actually have too much broccoli at one time, which is smart. It also means that you have to have time to like put more seedlings out later. Like you kind of have to be organized. It's my strong suit when it comes to gardening. I've been great with the successions, and I find that everything's always just ready at the same time anyway. I don't know why, because it's all a struggle. Just kidding. So yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. I am excited for the flowers. I'm excited for starting things in January. I'm excited for the perennials. and everything that's gonna happen. I also ordered more seeds. After I filmed the first part of this video, I did realize I was a little bit short on the herbs. I do already have some that are perennials that are growing in my greenhouse. I've got summer savory, oregano, off the chain oregano, 2 varieties. Basically one has purple flowers, one has white, and thyme. And so I ordered some sage and a bunch of other stuff. Josh did send me some Chevrolet, lovage. You know, I've got lots of like chives and things like that. Anyway, so I do have some, but I realized that, you know, I could really fill that out a little bit more, especially if I am trying to grow a sustainable garden where I am providing for our family as much as possible out of our own garden. So can't forget those herbs. I mean, how are you going to even cook? So that is that. What else did I order? Ooh, I ordered more broad beans. I actually didn't have any broad beans. Got a tip on one place, Salt Spring Seeds has broad beans, so I ordered some broad beans from them. And then I saw that Hawthorne Farm out of Ontario had some broad beans. Their seed stock is back and it is off the chain. So then I ordered some poppies. I just ordered a bunch more stuff. So in terms of seed haul, there will be more seed haul, but I just need more garden space. But you know, it's gonna be good because like I'm not gonna grow like how many seeds are in this pack? I don't even know how many seeds are in this pack, but whatever, 20 seeds. I don't need 20 patty pan plants. That is insane. And also because I'm growing how many varieties of patty pans? Did I tell you they're my favorite? Da, da, da. Cucumbers, I'm gonna start early. Not that early though. Pumpkins. Okay, so one, 2, it's a double pack, 3, 4 varieties of patty pans. If I did 2 of each kind of patty pan, that would be so many patty pans. I love them. So we'll see, but I think I'm gonna have to sell some seedlings because I just like growing all the things. Anyway, I appreciate your time if you watch this whole video. It's a long one, but obviously you must love seeds because that's why we're all here. Anyway, if you haven't ordered your seeds, I do see that actually quite a few seed companies do have seeds. So I think that you'll be in luck in ordering what you need. Yeah, I think I'm getting super excited. And in my next videos coming up, I'm going to show you the seeds that I have saved from the past season or that friends had gifted me or that I may have just like, you know, taken from their gardens. I'm going to show you some of those, and then I'm also going to have a video about starting my seeds indoors and my indoor growing setup. All right, well, Happy New Year and have a great day. Happy growing.